Hey guys, over the last 24 hours, I just repeated one thought in my head 10,000 times. They call me lucky because things just appear to me just very easy, the opportunities, the money, and the tech. But what people don't see is the heavy lifting which I do. Now, over the last 24 hours, as I said, I completed repeating 10,000 times only a single thought. Now, I'm not going to tell you what the thought was because that energy is mine, but I'll tell you how I felt all along those last 24 hours. Now, my brain started tingling, and I really feel that I rewired my brain real time. Now, few hours passed away since I started that. Maybe I was at 3,000 repetitions, and I started to feel void. That means I didn't feel any other or didn't think of any other thoughts rather than that single thought. That means I basically or officially stopped overthinking about negative things and started overthinking about what I wanted. Now, isn't that really good? Now, this actually backs up with the science. Now, when you over and over repeat or think the same things which you want like a robot, your brain will start rewiring it, like how we overthink, and sometimes whatever we overthink it just happened to us. Let's reverse this and think all the positive things that we want, and then experience or witness the shift or the reality in the present. Now, coming back to my challenge, um when I passed 3,000 repetitions, I felt void. I did not, I did not, my mind witnessed no other thoughts rather than that single command which I was giving to my mind. And then 5,000 repetitions passed away, and the challenge felt little bit boring. I was not feeling excited about it, and my brain or my nervous system was not pushing it. It was just accepting it, because sometimes we, whenever we are doing any manifestation, we feel a little bit self doubt whether this will happen. What if doesn't happen? Let me just stop. But when it crosses the threshold or a limit, the brain will start accepting it. It will just stop fighting it. It just happened. And in all these repetitions till 10,000, like 3,000 or 5,000 or 8,000 or 10,000, every phase gave me different emotions, like a void, like a boredom, like anxiety. Yes, in the middle, I even felt anxiety. The anxiety of what if this doesn't happen? What if I get disappointed? And over the time, even that anxiety passed away, and it just became a normal too. Now, as I completed my 10,000 challenge, the first 1 hour and 2 hours felt like really void. That means there were no other thoughts other than the thought which I was repeating. And somehow, very slowly, the thought became my reality and the fact. Now my brain understands that's my normal, and it won't get, it is not getting any surprised or excited. Like, to understand this, I will give you one example. I lost my goggles, and I was kind of very upset, and I wanted to buy a new goggles. Now suddenly I realized I already had a goggles in my wardrobe. I didn't know, and out of nowhere, while I was cleaning my wardrobe, I got my goggles. I was surprised. But when I think about the thought or about the wish or the desire or the want, it doesn't surprise me anymore, because that's a fact for me. Now, two days passed, I'm using my new goggles, and I don't feel surprised because that's a fact. And I don't even think about it again. I want goggles. No, because that's already there, and that's a fact. I can see my goggles. Now my brain understands that I have a goggles and I don't have to worry about it. Now in the same way, Now my brain understands that whatever I repeated 10,000 times is my fact and it's my new normal. That's how we shift. This is not luck. This is you doing your heavy lifting for your future self. Now, I have one question for you. Are you willing to say it once or are you willing to say it until it becomes your truth? Think about it. See you in the next video.